I have an interesting opinion, and I would love to know what you guys are thinking. Uganda just passed a law, a measure to make it a crime to identify as a LGBT in their country. The measure appears to be the first to outlaw merely identifying as lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, or queer, according to rights group Human Rights Watch. The Uganda's parliament passed a measure today to make it a crime to identify as LGBT, handing authorities broad power to target gay Ugandans who already face legal discrimination and mob violence. More than 30 African countries, including Uganda, already ban same-sex relations. The new measure appears to be the first that would outlaw merely identify as gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender, or queer, LGBTQ. According to the right group's Human Hour, in addition to same-sex intercourse, the measure would ban promoting and abetting homosexuality, as well as conspiracy to engage in homosexuality. These guys are going hard. Violation would draw severe penalties, including death for so-called aggravated homosexuality in life and life in prison for gay sex. Aggravated homosexuality involves gay sex with people under the age of 18 or when the perpetrator is HIV positive, among other categories, according to the measures. The legislation will be sent to the President Museveni to be signed into law. Frank Mugisha, a prominent Ugandan LGBT activist, denounced the legislation as draconian. This law is very extreme and draconian. It criminalizes being an LGBTQ person, but also they are trying to erase the entire existence of any LGBTQ Ugandan, he said. Their president said, "Our creator God is happy about what's happening. I support the bill to protect the future of our children," said lawmaker David Bahati during the debate on the bill. "This is about the sovereignty of our nation. Nobody should blackmail us and nobody should intimidate us." Police said Monday they had arrested 6 people accused of running a network that was actively involved in the grooming of young boys into acts of sodomy. So guys, what you think? Emery, what up? Please don't listen to this propaganda. Uganda is still a safe country. It's even much safer than the DRC. Yeah, but safe for who? The thing is this, I got two. Listen, my position is that the way you are born is the way you are born. If you are attracted to other men, I cannot say that it's not a natural thing. If it's your attraction, it's your attraction. So making it criminal to be yourself is a problem to me. That's the first part. So I don't believe that you should punish somebody for their sexual orientation. Now, on the other side, I believe that the activism that is happening in the West, that is almost bullying anybody that gives an opinion, even if it's not a contrary opinion, is also going too far. And if you go too far on one side, you might create people going too far on the other side. Third thing, I believe that it's a wrong law. Personally, I don't believe that people should go to prison. I don't believe people should fear for their lives because of their sexual orientation. And I believe that hopefully the Ugandans themselves will evolve at their pace. And this is where I might have a slight issue with the way the Western world wants to command everybody to do as they believe it's an advancing society for them. Like a lot of time, whatever is that becomes the norm in America, they believe that if it's not the norm everywhere else, they have to command, they have to bully you into accepting their societal values everywhere else. And at the same time, this thing about human rights, etc., sometimes they come and they talk about it and they act as if it's the most important stuff to them. And then in other countries, they don't care, depending on their business. So I don't like the finger pointing, even if I disagree. Personally, I disagree. I believe that people should be free to be who they are and to live the way, because they are citizens of Uganda. I don't believe that you should be in prison just because you love another man. It makes no sense to me. I have LGBT members in my family, and I wouldn't want them to feel in danger somewhere. And at the same time, if you're in America, you're not in Uganda, you can say something, but don't start trying to force people into however you live out there. So it's tricky, but I don't believe that I don't believe first that we should pressure them, but I think hopefully they will realize that it's a little too much. And the answers of the president are hilarious, though. Like every time I see him on Instagram replying to journalists, he's making it a thing like the West should not dictate how them Ugandans government feel, and they should not pressure them into whatever, like, there's something that is interesting that maybe is bigger than this subject, is the fact that a lot of African countries and Asian countries and are not accepting the dictature, the bullying of the West and the Western media and the Western values. Because for the last, I would say, 80 years, everything that would come from Europe and America is the right way to do, and you guys have to live like us, you guys have to believe the same thing as us. We wrote the human rights for everybody, all these things. And a lot of people are saying, hey, listen, we want to be different and you have to let us be different. So in that, I understand the position of the different countries. And at the same time, in this particular thing, I disagree with their decision, but it continues to be a sovereign country. So, listen, if I was part of that community, I would just not go there. Simple as that. The same as when everybody was trying to bully Qatar into yeah, we are coming with our football, so it has to be like this, and we want to wear this and that. I was like, why do you want to force other countries? So the thing is this: the in the 70s in the US, the gays have to, like, I saw an amazing movie about their fights in San Francisco, and the right to just live and be yourself, to me, is fundamental to everybody. And every country will go at their pace to arrive to that. And at the same time, you have to be careful in not arriving where we are in the US and in Europe, where now you have people wanting to replace women and people wanting to just be called rabbits and all these, like, there's a point where you go too far and you might have rubbed some people in the wrong way. And at the same time, you have to stop pointing fingers at people and explaining to them that, oh, you guys are going backwards, oh, you guys are, the world should be like this, and like, the world is not uniform. Some people have religious beliefs that are over some other beliefs. Some people have family values or societal values that are over some other things that people are being activists about. And I think the Occidental world has been too used to going everywhere and pointing fingers at everybody and saying how it should be for you, and if you're not like this, and then you will not have these helps, etc., etc. And people are starting to mix everything together, and people are starting to revolt to this idea of, you control the economical system, you control religions, you want to, like, you force religions on all of us, you force your societal values, your everything, the financial system, you control everything. And now you also want to tell us what is good and what is bad. And that, to me, is where the way the people are reacting in the West is that way. Like, they always want to be going outraged about everybody else. And I believe that you have to work with the people, and you have to negotiate is not the right word. I believe that you have to change the spirits of the people and change the mentalities of the people in the ground, slowly and at the right pace for every country.